The Yugioh story of the Goblin Thief. There once was a charmer, controller of dark spirits. But there was one dark spirit he couldn't control: greed. To get rid of the dark spirit, the charmer performed a ritual. He sealed the spirit into a pot. The charmer then abandoned the pot, disguised as a gift, on a pathway. The pot of greed was found by the Goblin Thief. When the Goblin Thief opened the pot, the spirit possessed him. The Goblin Thief became Goblin of Greed. So greedy, he taxed people who looked at him. He was rich, but money wasn't enough. He wanted more power. Using his money, he hired a group of outlaws to steal pots for him. The Goblin of Greed hoped that the pots would give him new power, but the outlaws tried to steal the pots for themselves. Not trusting anyone ever again, the Goblin decided to steal pots on his own. He was caught and had to pay for damages. Now the Goblin was in a heavy slump. He had no money. The Goblin worked as a housekeeper to earn some money. The Goblin wrote in his journal how he would become rich again and powerful. He knew of a man who took dark bribes. The Goblin still had the original pot. He used it to bribe the wealthy man in order to work for him. But the wealthy man found out it was broken. The Goblin had to work off his debts. Then he was thrown in jail. Many years later, he was released and found work in an old factory. This is where he found many pots and planned on stealing them all. He wanted to find the original pot, but the original pot of greed was with the king. While the king was asleep, Dream Clown and his swarm of scarabs destroyed all of the king's pots. The pots were now in pieces. But the spirits of the pots combined and repaired themselves. Together they form Pot of Duality. Cards are much more than just cards. They are stories.